Welcome back to the show, everyone. I've got Will Wilson with me. When there's a will, there's a way, I'm told.
That is correct.
Will, you are throwing a house party.
Yes.
A Touch of Love Works. You've got a lot going on. We need to reduce this.
Okay, let's do it.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I do appreciate that.
For coming.
Yeah.
You're having an event. I want to touch on that. It's called A Touch of Love Works.
Correct.
You're connecting people without housing and giving them some of the resources that they need.
That would be correct. So
tell me about
what we do is, when we see homeless people walking the streets, there's a lot of times that they don't have the resources that they need. There are ways to connect them to the resources that they need, but the problem is that they may not know the resources that are available. So we provide telephone numbers, we provide hygiene kits, and we also try to have like a little interview with them to see exactly what it is that they do need. Once we find out that information, then we try to connect them with the resources that they need in order for them to start the path of getting themselves back on track and hopefully off the streets. That's the goal. That
is a wonderful goal. And you've been homeless at one time
I
yourself.
was homeless for almost 5 years right here in Santa Ana. That's how I got here. I got here with a bag of clothes.
Well, that sounds like a miracle story.
It is a miracle story, and I'm grateful that I kept my ear to the ground and followed the path and the resources that were available to me in order for me to make changes to get me back on path and to get me, get a good job and, make a life for myself.
Yeah, because life has a way of throwing unusual circumstances at people. I just heard a story about a woman who was in her 50s and husband of 35 years died of cancer.
Yeah.
She knew nothing about the household finances and ended up losing everything and becoming homeless herself.
That's rough.
So, you never know what's going to take somebody, unfortunately, down that path.
That's true.
But you are doing a lot of fundraising and events.
Yes.
You're planning these. How can other people get involved in this amazing cause?
So, A Touch of Love Works, we have a website, which is atouchofloveworks.org. We have a Facebook page, which is a touchoflove.works Facebook page, and we have an Instagram page. So if you would want to get involved, there's a telephone number that should be at the very bottom of the flyer. Just give a call, and we will have somebody get back to you, and you just share with us how you want to help, and we'll be more than happy to be able to utilize the resources that you give us. We're all about connecting people and, like I said, getting people off the streets, yes.
So tell me, what else makes your organization different than other types of organizations that are similar for people who are unhoused?
That's the reason why it's called A Touch of Love Works. So there's a lot of times you look at a person and you don't really connect with them. Our goal is to connect with that person and to let them know that a hug is highly important. A lot of times, if you've been on the street for a long period of time, you're very evasive, you're very
guarded, I'm sure.
Guarded. You can't let your guards down because you can't trust anybody.
Right.
You have no idea who to trust. And our job and our goal is to help you let your guards down so we can get you the proper resources that you need. And that's how it works. Yeah.
And I know that we'll talk about your house party.
Okay.
I know that there's a lot of different genres of different types of music.
Yes.
Your favorite is gospel.
My favorite is gospel. Gospel music is what got me off the streets, basically.
So do you use that passion and that love to help others?
I do.
How does that work?
So there's times where people will call me and ask me to sing a couple songs and give my life experiences, and I will do so. So if there's people who need somebody to come and inspire them, I would be more than happy to do that. Because that's how I got where I am. I listened and I watched and I learned and I listened to people who inspired me, especially musicians and other leaders in the community, preachers and pastors, and I followed after that because I wanted a better life for myself. So it's all about also that the person that you're connecting with, that they must choose to want to change.
Absolutely.
If you can't do nothing for an individual who does not choose to change, you can only do for those that want to change.
Absolutely.
So
yes,
that's what I do, and that's how I got connected. And gospel music was my first love because the lyrics in the gospel music were what showed me that I was worth something, that gave me the inspiration to want to make something out of myself and not to stay stuck where I was.
Did you find the music while you were going through that time period in your life, or as a child, did you sing and know about gospel music?
Not much as a child. It was more of when I became a grown-up. So even though I went through the experience that I went through, there were choirs that I sang in, and there were, I think that's where the music started. You know, listening to inspiring music from God is just the best thing that I've ever had in my life. And so then I ended up singing in choirs, and that's how this band started, because I've been doing this for like 40 years, 40 plus years.
And do you see a difference in other people's reactions when they hear gospel music?
I do. Because the lyrics are the most important thing that people listen to. There's a lot of times you listen to the beat, but it's the lyric that you need to pay attention to.
Right.
And if you're paying attention to the lyrics and you find something that is inspiring to you, and especially if you're going through a mood or a change or a drastic scenario that nobody really understands you is what you think, there's a lot of times that gospel music has a word for you.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, and it can turn things around, because it's all in our head.
Well, and you know how music gets stuck in our head.
Oh,
so
definitely.
Maybe those lyrics through song and praise get stuck in the head also.
It gets stuck in your head.
That repeat loop.
That is exactly what it is. It's the repeat loop. And the more you hear it, the more you act it out. So it's all about what we listen to and how it affects us when we are listening to it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very inspiring.
Yes.
So tell us about the house party.
Well, the house party came about because I remember whenever I was young, house parties were the thing to go to. You didn't matter what you wore, as long as you were there, right? And as long as the DJ is playing some music that makes you dance, then that's the place you want to be. So the house party, I came up with that idea. We were sitting around in a meeting, and I was like, well, let's just have a party, because we do these fundraisers. We've done like 3 or 4 of them, and I just couldn't think of what to come up with. And I was like, oh man, a house party sounds good, and then it stuck. So that's what we have, and we have a house party. So if all of you that know about house parties, that's what this is. It's a fun time.
Okay, well, let's tell them where it is.
Okay, St. George's Episcopal Church. The address is going to be 23802 Avenida del La Carta, Laguna Hills. It will be starting at 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. You will get a fantastic meal from Bless's Jimmy's Catering. You will have one of the best DJs in Orange County, Lil Ken, spinning the records. And then you will have the band that I created, or that I helped create, myself and Linda Quinn. It's called Trust One, and we're a fusion band, and we do, like I said, a little bit of everything. So we won't have gospel music that night, but we will have 60s, 70s, and 80s, and a lot of dance music, and a lot of smiling, and a lot of fun.
And all proceeds go
All
to
proceeds
A
go to A Touch of Love Works. Yes.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, you're very inspirational.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me, and happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
You're also going to celebrate your birthday at the party.
I will
at the house
celebrate
party.
my birthday at the house party. Yeah,
Wonderful.
I'm gonna be 60. Well, I'm 65 now, but I didn't think I was ever gonna make it to 65.
Well, we're glad you're here.
I'm very grateful.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much.
You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these